Welcome, divine soul. Your presence here today is no coincidence. The very fact that you've discovered this message at this precise moment signals a powerful alignment with your higher purpose. As the ancient spiritual texts reveal, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And today, you're ready to receive a life-changing revelation about instant wealth manifestation. Have you ever wondered why financial abundance flows so effortlessly to some people, while others remain trapped in a cycle of debt and struggle despite working twice as hard? What if I told you the difference isn't about education, connections, or even talent, but rather your ability to activate a hidden universal code that's been concealed from the masses for centuries? Has this ever happened to you? That unmistakable feeling when something miraculous enters your life at exactly the moment you needed it most? Today, I'm going to share something that might initially sound impossible. A powerful $750,000 manifestation. Code that could transform your financial reality within moments of hearing it, completely clearing all your debts and opening floodgates of prosperity you never imagined possible. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to reveal isn't taught in conventional financial education. This is sacred wisdom combined with quantum principles that wealthy elites have jealously guarded for generations. The universal code of abundance exists in plain sight for those with eyes to see, yet remains invisible to those programmed with scarcity consciousness. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. What you're about to discover might surprise you because this code acts as a spiritual skeleton key, unlocking the infinite treasury of abundance that has always been available to you. Think about it. The air you breathe is abundant and free. You never worry about running out of oxygen. What if money could flow to you with that same natural ease? Your encounter with this message today isn't random chance, but a divine appointment set by your higher self. The spiritual realm operates beyond the limitations of time and space that govern our physical world. In that higher dimension, the $750,000 you desire already exists in completed form, waiting for you to claim it through the correct vibrational sequence. I've witnessed this code transform lives across continents, from struggling single parents suddenly receiving unexpected windfall checks to entrepreneurs manifesting seven-figure contracts within hours of activating this sequence. The principles work regardless of your background, education, or current financial situation. The question isn't whether this abundance code works. The real question is whether you're finally ready to release the limiting beliefs that have kept you from experiencing the wealth that is your divine birthright. Are you prepared to step into the financial freedom that has been waiting for you all along? Subscribe now to access more powerful manifestation codes and abundance activations. Your spiritual journey to financial freedom deserves consistent guidance, and I'm here to support your path to unlimited prosperity. The ancient metaphysical masters understood a profound truth that modern quantum physics is only beginning to verify. Your spoken word carries an electromagnetic frequency that literally reshapes the fabric of reality. When you declare something with unwavering conviction, you're not merely expressing a hope or preference, you're issuing a command to the universal intelligence that governs all creation. This revelation transforms your entire relationship with manifestation. The universe operates with mathematical precision, responding not to your wishes or prayers, but to your commands and declarations. Consider how creation stories across spiritual traditions share one common element. The divine spoke, and reality formed in response. This wasn't symbolic. It reveals the fundamental mechanism through which all creation occurs. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by exploring what actually happens in the invisible realm when you make these declarations. There's a reason why specific dollar amounts and time frames accelerate the manifestation process dramatically. The universe responds to precision and clarity far more readily than to vague wishes or general hopes. When you specify $750,000 rather than just saying more money, you provide the universal intelligence with an exact template to fulfill. Behind the scenes of physical reality exists what quantum physicists call the field of infinite potentiality, what spiritual teachers have called the divine treasury. This field contains every possibility, including your $750,000 already formed and waiting for your conscious recognition to bring it into your experience. Your declaration is the bridge connecting that potential reality with your current experience. This manifestation code acts as a spiritual key, unlocking the treasure house of infinite supply that has always been available to you. Think about it. The air you breathe is abundant and free. You never worry about running out of oxygen because it surrounds you in limitless supply. What if money could flow to you with that same natural ease? This isn't a fantasy. It's your natural state of being once you remove the artificial barriers of scarcity programming. The hidden truth that few abundance teachers reveal is that your current financial situation, whether lack or limitation, is simply the materialized form of your previous declarations, conscious or unconscious. Every financial struggle you've experienced was first a thought pattern, then a spoken declaration, and finally a manifested reality. The good news? The same mechanism that created limitation can be redirected to create abundance with equal precision. The journey of transformation begins with a decision, a decisive moment when you choose to speak with authority rather than ask with uncertainty. When your words carry the vibration of absolute knowing rather than hopeful wishing, the universe has no choice but to reorganize physical reality to match your internal certainty. This is the breakthrough moment on your abundance journey, the shift from being a passive observer of your financial circumstances to becoming the conscious creator of your prosperity. If you're feeling that deep resonance with what I'm sharing, write "Divine Authority Activated" in the comments below. The revelations I'm sharing with you have transformed thousands of lives across the globe, not because they're following some rigid formula, but because they've embraced a fundamental shift in consciousness. I've witnessed this code create miraculous breakthroughs in every imaginable circumstance, from struggling single parents in rural communities suddenly receiving unexpected inheritance checks worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, to skeptical business professionals landing seven-figure contracts within hours of activating this sequence. A woman in Singapore activated this exact code after 2 decades of financial struggle. Within 14 minutes, she received a phone call about a forgotten investment that had multiplied to exactly $750,000. A teacher in Brazil used this same sequence and manifested a property deed worth $780,000 through an unexpected family connection he hadn't spoken with in years. A college student in Germany activated the code while drowning in student debt. That same afternoon, he received notification of a full scholarship that included a stipend almost identical to our manifestation amount. These aren't isolated incidents or statistical anomalies. They're demonstrations of universal law, operating with perfect precision when correctly applied. The principles work regardless of your background, education, or current financial situation because they operate at the level of consciousness itself, beyond the limitations of your personal history or present circumstances. The profound insight that revolutionizes your entire relationship with wealth is understanding that financial abundance isn't something you acquire. It's something you allow by removing the internal barriers that have been blocking its natural flow. Your current financial situation is merely the external reflection of your internal beliefs about money, prosperity, and your worthiness to receive. The decisive question on your journey isn't whether this abundance code works. The evidence surrounds us everywhere we look. The real question challenging you right now is whether you're finally ready to release the limiting beliefs that have kept you imprisoned in financial struggle. These mental patterns, often installed during childhood through well-meaning but misguided caretakers, have been running in your subconscious like outdated software, creating the same limiting financial patterns repeatedly despite your conscious desires for change. The breakthrough moment in your prosperity journey arrives when you recognize that wealth isn't something you need to chase, pursue, or struggle to attain. It's your divine birthright, as natural and automatic as your ability to breathe, just as you don't need to remind your heart to beat or your lungs to breathe. Abundance is your natural state once you remove the artificial barriers of scarcity programming. The liberation that awaits you now is the freedom to reclaim your original design as a being meant to experience overflow in every dimension of life. This isn't spiritual platitude. It's practical metaphysics that creates measurable results when applied with unwavering conviction. If you're feeling that inner recognition, that deep knowing that you're ready to break free from limitation once and for all, write "Liberation Activated" in the comments below. The decision to claim your abundance rather than wish for it changes everything. There's a profound distinction between passive hoping and active commanding that most manifestation teachings gloss over, yet it represents the decisive turning point in your prosperity journey. When you declare, "I receive $750,000" with absolute conviction, you're not making a casual statement. You're issuing a conscious command to the universe that sets powerful forces into immediate motion. Your written affirmation creates ripples through the etheric realm, preparing the quantum field for physical manifestation. This isn't metaphorical language. It's revealing the precise mechanism through which invisible potential collapses into visible reality. The ancient wisdom keepers understood what modern quantum physicists are now confirming. Consciousness directly influences matter at the subatomic level, reorganizing energy patterns to match your dominant expectations. The word always precedes the demonstration. This fundamental principle underlies all meaningful impact in physical reality. In every spiritual tradition, creation begins with declaration, with divine speech that establishes the template for materialization. When you speak with the authority of your divine nature rather than the hesitation of your human doubts, you're engaging the same creative force that orchestrates galaxies and coordinates ecosystems. Now, I want to explore a hidden truth that ancient wisdom traditions have understood for millennia. Collective intention amplifies energetic potential exponentially. When you join others in declaring a shared outcome, you create what quantum scientists now recognize as a coherence field, a synchronized vibrational pattern that dramatically accelerates manifestation velocity. This isn't theoretical physics. It's practical metaphysics that produces measurable results. Each conscious command strengthens this collective field of abundance we're creating together. When thousands of awakened souls simultaneously align with the same prosperity frequency, we generate what consciousness researchers call a super radiant field, an amplified energy signature that reorganizes probability into certainty through harmonic resonance. Behind the scenes of your physical experience, a remarkable phenomenon occurs when multiple consciousness fields synchronize toward a common outcome. The manifestation timeline compresses dramatically, collapsing what might otherwise take months or years into minutes or moments. This is why declaring $750,000 appears in my bank account within this coherent field creates such remarkable acceleration. This isn't magical thinking or wishful affirmation. It's the practical application of universal law, the same principles that govern electromagnetic fields, gravitational forces, and quantum entanglement. As Florence Scovel Shinn revealed in her groundbreaking work, when we speak with authority and conviction, the universe must respond accordingly. This is the fundamental mechanism behind all meaningful creation in our physical reality. The breakthrough insight transforming your prosperity consciousness right now is recognizing that you're never manifesting alone. You're participating in a collective field of creative potential that multiplies your individual power exponentially through synchronized intention. If you're feeling this resonant field strengthening within you now, write "Coherence Activated" in the comments below. The mindset shift required here is profound and represents a fundamental reversal in how most people approach reality creation. We've been conditioned by materialistic thinking to believe that seeing is believing, that we must first witness physical evidence before we can accept something as true. But the masters of manifestation throughout history have understood a revolutionary principle. Believing is seeing. Your internal certainty creates the electromagnetic resonance that attracts corresponding circumstances, people, and opportunities into your experience. This perspective shift isn't just philosophical. It's practical metaphysics that creates measurable results in your physical experience. When you cultivate unwavering certainty about your $750,000 manifestation before seeing external evidence, you're engaging what quantum physicists call observer effect, the phenomenon where consciousness directly influences the behavior of subatomic particles, collapsing wave functions into particle reality through focused attention. Join our conscious creator community by subscribing today. Unlock exclusive manifestation techniques, abundance codes, and spiritual technologies designed to transform your financial reality. Your internal conviction generates an electromagnetic signature that the universe recognizes and responds to with mathematical precision. Declarations made with absolute certainty bypass the logical mind's resistance and speak directly to the creative intelligence of the cosmos. This is why your word, spoken with authority rather than hesitation, becomes literal law in the realm of spirit, creating the invisible blueprint that material reality must eventually conform to. The hidden truth behind all extraordinary manifestations is the precise sequence they follow. First, the internal knowing, then the spoken declaration, and finally, the physical demonstration. Most people reverse this sequence, waiting to feel certainty until after they see evidence, which creates a perpetual loop of manifestation delay. Your breakthrough occurs when you recognize that certainty precedes manifestation rather than following it. This is more than positive thinking. It's engaging the fundamental mechanism through which all creation operates. Your word literally becomes the bridge connecting the quantum field of infinite possibility with your tangible experience. When you speak with the authority of a divine creator, rather than the hesitation of a human doubter, you activate what consciousness researchers call causal power, the ability to influence reality from the level of primary causation rather than merely responding to effects. Behind every remarkable wealth breakthrough lies this decisive moment when the individual shifted from hoping to knowing, from asking to commanding, from seeking evidence to providing the energetic template that evidence must match. This transformation isn't gradual, it's instantaneous, occurring the moment you align with the truth of your divine nature as a creator rather than a receiver. The journey of consciousness evolution always involves this profound identity shift, from seeing yourself as subject to external forces to recognizing yourself as the originating power behind all your experiences. Your financial reality isn't happening to you. It's happening through you, responding precisely to the vibrational signature you maintain moment by moment. If you can feel this powerful shift from observer to creator occurring within you right now, write Creator Consciousness Activated in the comments below. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic by exploring the hidden mechanics behind manifestation velocity. There's a profound revelation about precision that separates casual wishers from master manifestors. The universe responds to clarity and specificity far more readily than to vague hopes or general desires. When you declare $750,000 rather than merely saying more money or financial abundance, you're providing universal intelligence with an exact template to fulfill, a precise vibrational signature that eliminates ambiguity and accelerates manifestation dramatically. This revelation transforms your entire approach to desire. Most people operate with foggy, undefined wants. I'd like more prosperity, or I wish things were better financially. These vague intentions create equally vague results, if any at all. The breakthrough insight is understanding that specific declarations generate specific manifestations with remarkable precision. Behind the scenes of your physical experience lies what quantum physicists call the field of infinite potentiality, what ancient spiritual teachers have called the divine treasury or the cosmic storehouse. This field contains every possibility, every conceivable outcome, including your $750,000 already formed and waiting for your conscious recognition to bring it into your tangible experience. This understanding revolutionizes your relationship with desire. You're not creating wealth from nothing. You're calling forth what already exists in completed form within this field. Your declaration serves as the bridge connecting potential with manifestation, the invisible with the visible, the unmanifest with the manifest. The journey of transformation requires this fundamental mindset shift from seeing yourself as someone attempting to acquire something you lack to recognizing yourself as someone claiming what is already yours in the spiritual realm. This perspective change creates an entirely different energetic signature that the universe recognizes and responds to immediately. Think about the profound implications of this truth. Your $750,000 isn't being manufactured or produced. It's being relocated from the field of infinite potential into your physical experience through your conscious recognition. This is why your certainty accelerates manifestation so dramatically. You're not hoping for something new to be created. You're simply acknowledging what already exists. This revelation about the field of infinite potentiality explains why some people manifest with such remarkable speed, while others struggle for years with minimal results. The decisive factor isn't external circumstances or even specific techniques. It's your relationship with this field and your certainty about what already exists within it. The hidden truth behind all remarkable manifestations is this recognition of completion before physical evidence appears. When you can genuinely feel that your $750,000 already exists, not as a future possibility, but as a present reality in the spiritual realm, you create the precise vibrational match that draws it into physical form through the path of least resistance. If you're experiencing that profound recognition that your abundance already exists in completed form, write "infinite field activated" in the comments below. One of the most profound revelations on your abundance journey is understanding that what you see in your physical world, your current bank balance, material possessions, financial struggles, these are merely effects, not causes. This perspective shift changes everything about how you approach manifestation. The true causation of every circumstance in your life begins in the invisible realm of thought, belief, and spoken word. Most people exhaust themselves trying to change external conditions while leaving the underlying cause, their consciousness, completely unchanged. This is like trimming the leaves of a weed while leaving the root system intact, guaranteeing its eventual return. Your financial circumstances aren't random or arbitrary. They're the precise external reflection of your internal programming about money, wealth, and your worthiness to receive. When you truly grasp this hidden truth about the relationship between causation and effect, you stop wasting precious energy trying to manipulate external circumstances. Instead, you focus on the true point of power, your consciousness, which is creating those circumstances through resonant frequency. This shift from external manipulation to internal transformation represents the decisive turning point in your prosperity journey. Think of the material world as a malleable substance, plastic to your word and responsive to your consciousness. This isn't metaphorical language or spiritual poetry. It's the precise mechanism through which reality forms at the quantum level. Scientists now confirm what ancient wisdom traditions have always taught. At the subatomic level, particles respond directly to the observer's expectations, reorganizing their behavior based on what consciousness anticipates seeing. Your financial reality is simply responding to the blueprint you've been unconsciously projecting through your dominant thoughts, feelings, and expectations. The wisdom traditions have always known what science is just beginning to verify, that the subjective mind shapes objective reality through resonant frequency. Your habitual thoughts emit electromagnetic signatures that attract corresponding experiences with mathematical precision. The breakthrough insight transforming your prosperity consciousness right now is recognizing that you're not a passive observer of your financial circumstances. You're their active creator through the consciousness you maintain moment by moment. When you consciously elevate these frequencies through specific declarations about your $750,000 manifestation, you accelerate the materialization process exponentially. This is why precision in your language becomes so critical. The words you speak aren't merely describing your reality, they're creating it through vibrational resonance. Every declaration you make serves as a command to the quantum field, reorganizing subatomic particles to match the template you're providing through focused intention. Behind every significant financial windfall lies this moment of energetic alignment, often unconscious, but no less real. What we're doing now is making that process conscious and deliberate, removing the element of chance and replacing it with spiritual law. Your $750,000 isn't being created, it's being relocated from the field of infinite potential into your tangible experience through your conscious recognition. If you're experiencing that profound realization that you've been creating your financial reality all along, write "Conscious Creator Activated" in the comments below. Now, I want to explore the hidden architecture behind this specific manifestation amount. The number $750,000 wasn't chosen arbitrarily for this abundance code. In the ancient science of numerology, 7 represents divine perfection and completion, while 5 symbolizes transformation and change. The zeros that follow don't represent emptiness, they amplify the preceding number's energy, creating a powerful vibrational signature in the field of infinite potential. This specific sum, $750,000, resonates with the frequency of immediate abundance for a profound reason. It exists in what I call the manifestation sweet spot, not too small to limit your vision of what's possible, yet not so vast that it strains your belief system and creates subconscious resistance. When you can fully embrace a sum as completely possible for you without internal conflict, manifestation accelerates dramatically. The architecture of belief is crucial in this process. Most people struggle with manifestation because they attempt to manifest sums that their subconscious mind hasn't been prepared to receive. The genius of the $750,000 code is that it strategically bypasses the subconscious resistance points that typically delay financial breakthroughs while still creating life-changing transformation. Behind every significant breakthrough in human consciousness lies a decision point, a moment when you choose to align with a higher understanding despite what your senses might be telling you. This is that moment for your financial destiny. The invisible mechanics of abundance operate through spiritual law, not chance or circumstance. You activate these laws through deliberate choice and conscious decree. The relationship between focused consciousness and time compression creates an acceleration field that few understand, but many have, experienced in moments of synchronicity. There's a fascinating explanation for why this specific 15-minute window creates a perfect portal for financial transformation. The interplay between concentrated awareness and temporal mechanics creates what quantum physicists call non-local causation, effects that appear to violate conventional understandings of time and space. This 15-minute portal creates what consciousness researchers call a phase transition in your energetic field, a dramatic reorganization of subatomic particles that shifts your entire relationship with abundance from potential to actual. This isn't arbitrary timing. It's based on precise understanding of how consciousness collapses, wave functions into particle reality through focused observation. In this sacred window of manifestation, universal forces align in perfect coordination to deliver your $750,000 through the path of least resistance. Ancient wisdom traditions understood this timing principle, which is why specific hours were designated for certain rituals and practices. This wasn't superstition. It was sophisticated understanding of cosmic rhythms and energetic portals that modern science is only beginning to verify through quantum mechanics. If you're experiencing that intuitive resonance with what I'm sharing, that deep knowing that transcends mere intellectual understanding, write "divine timing activated" in the comments below. Let's harness this divine timing by entering a state of heightened receptivity. Take a deep breath right now and center yourself. Allow your awareness to shift from the external world to the inner realm, where true creation begins. This simple practice of conscious breathing initiates a profound neurological reset, transitioning your brain waves from beta to alpha state, the gateway to the subconscious mind where transformation truly occurs. Now I invite you on a guided journey to the cosmic treasury, the infinite source where all wealth originates. Visualize yourself standing before magnificent golden doors that tower before you, emanating a warm, inviting light. This is not just visualization. You're accessing a dimension that exists beyond physical reality, yet influences every aspect of your material world. In your mind's eye, see yourself confidently holding a golden key, one that's been custom crafted for your unique energy signature. Feel its weight in your hand, solid yet not heavy, radiant with possibility. This key represents your divine birthright to abundance, your legitimate claim to prosperity as a child of the infinite. This treasury isn't located in some distant realm. It exists within the quantum field that interpenetrates all physical reality. As you insert this golden key into the lock, feel the mechanism respond to your touch. Notice how perfectly it fits, as if designed specifically for you since the beginning of time. The doors swing open effortlessly, revealing a vast chamber glowing with golden light. This isn't merely symbolic. You're establishing neural pathways that connect your conscious mind with the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all manifestation. Behind these doors lies an endless repository of resources, not just monetary wealth, but creative solutions, divine connections, perfect opportunities, and synchronistic events, all waiting to flow into your life experience. The abundance you seek already exists here in completed form. Your role isn't to create it, but simply to claim and receive what is already yours by divine inheritance. This sacred journey isn't fantasy or wishful thinking. It's accessing the archetypal realm that influences physical reality through resonant frequency. The golden key you hold represents 3 interconnected aspects of your spiritual power. First, it is your faith, unwavering and complete, beyond doubt or hesitation. Second, it is your spoken word, powerful and creative, setting universal forces into motion. Third, it is the recognition of your divine inheritance as a legitimate child of the infinite. The revelation transforming your prosperity consciousness right now is understanding that abundance isn't something you need to manufacture or produce. It's something you access through recognition and alignment. This treasury isn't empty or limited. It's infinitely replenished by the same intelligence that maintains the perfect balance of our ecosystem, the precise orbit of planets, and the flawless design of every snowflake. If you can, feel yourself standing before these golden doors, key in hand, write "golden key activated" in the comments below. Now I want to explore the profound significance of this golden key in greater depth. What you're holding isn't merely symbolic. It represents the 3 interconnected aspects of your spiritual power that form the master key unlocking all abundance. First is your faith, not the watered-down version taught in conventional spiritual circles, but the absolute, unwavering certainty that transcends all doubt and hesitation. This isn't blind faith, it's recognition of immutable spiritual law operating with mathematical precision. Second is your spoken word, the creative force that translates invisible potential into visible manifestation. When you declare with authority rather than request with uncertainty, you're engaging the same power that ancient wisdom traditions identified as the primary creative mechanism in the universe. Your word, spoken with conviction, literally, reorganizes quantum particles to match your expectation. Third is your divine inheritance, the recognition that abundance isn't something you need to earn or qualify for, but your legitimate birthright as a child of the infinite. This awareness dissolves the artificial barriers of unworthiness that have kept prosperity at arm's length despite your best efforts. The breakthrough insight transforming your relationship with wealth is understanding that these three elements, faith, word, and inheritance, create an unstoppable force when united in consciousness. As Florence Scovel Shinn so brilliantly proclaimed, faith knows it has already received and acts accordingly. This statement contains a revolutionary insight about the mechanics of manifestation. True faith isn't hoping for future fulfillment. It's the absolute certainty of present possession. This distinction represents the decisive turning point in your prosperity journey. When you embody this certainty at the cellular level, not just intellectually understanding it, but feeling it as an unshakable knowing throughout your entire being, it becomes the magnetic force that irresistibly draws your good to you through the path of least resistance. This level of embodied knowing creates what consciousness researchers call a reality field, a coherent electromagnetic pattern that reorganizes physical circumstances to match your internal certainty. The mindset mastery required here transcends conventional thinking about wealth creation. Most people operate from a consciousness of acquisition, always trying to get, achieve, or attain. The true adepts of abundance operate from a consciousness of recognition, simply acknowledging what is already theirs by divine right. This subtle shift creates a vibrational resonance that activates immediate manifestation. Behind every extraordinary financial breakthrough lies this hidden truth. The individual stopped trying to acquire something they lacked and simply recognized what was already theirs in the spiritual realm. This perception shift creates what quantum physicists call constructive interference, wave patterns that amplify each other's power, accelerating manifestation exponentially. If you're experiencing that profound shift from seeking to recognizing, from acquiring to accepting, write divine inheritance activated in the comments below. Now, I want to go even deeper into this profound shift in consciousness that represents the decisive turning point. In your manifestation journey, there exists a fundamental distinction between two entirely different approaches to abundance that most wealth teachings overlook, yet it represents the invisible dividing line between struggle and flow, between effort and ease. Most people operate their entire lives from a consciousness of acquisition, always trying to get, achieve, or attain. They see abundance as something external to themselves that must be pursued, chased, and captured through endless action and striving. This perspective creates what consciousness researchers call a separation field, an energetic barrier between themselves and what they desire, guaranteeing continued struggle regardless of how hard they work. The true adepts of abundance, those individuals who manifest with remarkable ease and precision, operate from an entirely different foundation, a consciousness of recognition. They understand at the deepest level that abundance isn't something new to be acquired, but something eternal to be recognized. This paradigm shift creates an entirely different energetic signature that the universe responds to with immediate acceleration. This revelation transforms your entire journey with wealth creation. Instead of the exhausting cycle of chasing, temporarily capturing, and then losing what you've gained, you establish a permanent relationship with abundance based on recognition of what has always been yours by divine right. This shift from seeking to acknowledging creates what quantum physicists call resonant attraction, a harmonic frequency that draws corresponding circumstances without strain or struggle. The moment has come to activate the specific affirmation code that catalyzes this $750,000 manifestation in the next 15 minutes. This precise sequence of words creates a vibrational signature that the universe recognizes and responds to with mathematical precision. This isn't random language or poetic metaphor. It's a carefully calibrated frequency pattern that aligns your consciousness with the completed manifestation in the spiritual realm. When you declare these words with absolute conviction, they vibrate through your entire being, creating a harmonic resonance that extends from your conscious mind into your subconscious programming, your cellular structure, and your electromagnetic field. This multidimensional alignment creates what consciousness researchers call coherent causation, the ability to influence physical reality from the level of primary cause rather than secondary effect. Quantum field theory has demonstrated that identical frequencies naturally attract and amplify each other through constructive interference. When your declaration matches the frequency of completed manifestation, physical reality has no choice but to conform to that pattern through the immutable law of resonance. This isn't wishful thinking, it's the practical application of universal principle that governs all energy, from electromagnetic waves to consciousness itself. The breakthrough insight transforming your relationship with abundance is understanding that manifestation isn't something you do. It's something you allow through vibrational alignment. The specific words in this affirmation code aren't arbitrary. They've been precisely calibrated to create the exact frequency signature that corresponds to your $750,000 manifestation. If you can feel this sacred code activating within you now, write "vibrational code activated" in the comments below. I want you to repeat these words aloud if you can. There's tremendous power in the spoken word. Feel these words resonating in every cell of your body, creating a harmonic frequency that aligns with the vibration of completed manifestation. This isn't just positive thinking or wishful affirmation. You're creating a precise vibrational signature that the universe must match according to the law of resonance. The journey of transformation begins in this sacred moment of declaration. When you speak these words with emotional intensity, you're literally reorganizing the electromagnetic field surrounding your physical body. Neuroscience has confirmed that emotionally charged declarations create new neural pathways in your brain, literally rewiring your thought patterns to match your desired reality rather than your previous limitations. Quantum field theory has demonstrated that identical frequencies naturally attract and amplify each other through constructive interference. When your vibrational signature matches the frequency of completed manifestation, physical reality has no choice but to conform to that pattern. The hidden truth behind every extraordinary manifestation is this perfect vibrational matching, the precise alignment between your internal state and the completed demonstration in the spiritual realm. Now continue with this powerful decree. I now claim and accept that $750,000 is manifesting in my physical reality within the next 15 minutes after completing this code. This timeline isn't arbitrary. It creates a focused window of expectation that accelerates the manifestation process dramatically. Your timing is perfect, and divine timing is operating through you now. The breakthrough insight here is understanding that spiritual laws operate outside the constraints of linear time. In the higher dimensions where manifestation originates, everything exists in an eternal now. The 15-minute window serves as a bridge between timeless potential and your time-bound experience. It creates what mystics call a sacred portal, a concentrated field of possibility where quantum collapse occurs more readily. The universe responds not to time as we know it, but to the intensity of your conviction. When you make these declarations with unwavering certainty, you're engaging in what advanced practitioners call spiritual technology, the deliberate application of universal law to create specific outcomes. The words themselves carry creative power, but it's your consciousness behind those words that determines their manifestation velocity. Behind every significant financial windfall lies a moment of energetic alignment, often unconscious, but no less real. What we're doing now is making that process conscious and deliberate, removing the element of chance and replacing it with spiritual law. The journey of authentic wealth creation always begins with an internal revolution, a fundamental shift in how you perceive yourself in relation to abundance. The revelation that's unfolding within you now is understanding that time itself is malleable to consciousness. When you enter a state of absolute certainty, you create what Einstein theorized as space-time curvature, a phenomenon where your consciousness literally bends the fabric of reality to accelerate manifestation. This is why masters throughout history have been able to manifest instantaneously. They've transcended the illusion of sequential time. If you're feeling that unmistakable resonance of truth as we speak, type "time collapse activated" in the comments below. When you make declarations with unwavering certainty, you're engaging in what advanced practitioners call spiritual technology, the deliberate application of universal law to create specific outcomes. This isn't metaphorical language. It's revealing the precise mechanism through which consciousness influences matter at the quantum level. Just as physical technology applies natural laws to create specific results, electricity harnessed to power your devices, aerodynamics applied to enable flight, spiritual technology applies metaphysical laws to manifest your desires with mathematical precision. The words themselves carry creative power, but it's your consciousness behind those words that determines their manifestation velocity. This emotional intensity, combined with crystal clarity, produces remarkable results because it creates what quantum physicists call coherent fields, harmonized wave patterns that amplify each other's power rather than canceling through interference. Behind every significant wealth breakthrough lies a moment of perfect alignment between declaration and belief. When your conscious statement and subconscious programming finally harmonize without conflict or contradiction. Most people experience manifestation delays because their conscious declarations are undermined by subconscious doubts. The revelation transforming your prosperity consciousness right now is understanding how to create perfect congruence between these two levels of awareness. The $750,000 you're calling forth isn't being created. It's being relocated from the field of infinite potential into your tangible experience. This understanding transforms your entire approach to manifestation. Instead of the exhausting effort of trying to build something from nothing, you're simply acknowledging what already exists in the spiritual realm, creating the vibrational conditions for it to appear in your physical experience. The journey of authentic wealth creation always begins with an internal revolution, a fundamental shift in how you perceive yourself in relation to abundance. Most people position themselves as seekers of money, always chasing and striving. The master attractors position themselves as receivers, naturally entitled to wealth by divine inheritance. This identity-level transformation creates a completely different energetic signature that the universe immediately recognizes and responds to. This perspective shift isn't just psychological comfort. It creates measurable changes in your brainwave patterns, hormonal balance, and electromagnetic field. The latest research in neuroscience confirms that belief literally alters brain function, creating new neural pathways that filter perception to match your dominant expectations. When you embody the consciousness of already having received your $750,000, your reticular activating system, the brain's filtering mechanism, begins highlighting opportunities and pathways that were always present but previously invisible to your awareness. This transformation represents what consciousness researchers call an ontological shift, a fundamental change in your sense of being rather than merely doing. It's not about acquiring new techniques or strategies, but about recognizing yourself as someone naturally aligned with abundance rather than someone fighting against scarcity. If you're experiencing that profound identity shift from seeker to receiver, from struggler to natural manifester, write "identity transformation activated" in the comments below. Now, I want to guide you through a powerful visualization technique that imprints the completed manifestation into your subconscious mind, where all true creation occurs. This process will anchor your $750,000 into your experiential reality with such clarity that you'll begin feeling its presence before seeing physical evidence. This visualization technique is where true creative power is unleashed in your manifestation journey. Close your eyes for a moment and declare with me, I see this money with my spiritual vision. I feel its energy coursing through my veins. I know with unshakable certainty that it is done. This isn't merely pretending or engaging in fantasy. You're activating what neuroscientists call the brain's simulator, the same neural mechanism that Olympic athletes use to perfect their performance before the physical event ever takes place. As Florence Scovel Shinn brilliantly taught, the imaging faculty is the creative faculty. This revelation transforms visualization from a pleasant mental exercise into a potent manifestation technology. The breakthrough insight that revolutionizes your entire approach to abundance is understanding that your brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and physical reality when the visualization is charged with emotional intensity. What you can see and feel. With clarity in your imagination, you can and will hold in your physical hand. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the application of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself based on input and experience. When you create vivid sensory impressions of having already received your $750,000, you're literally creating new neural networks that your brain then works to validate through external experience. The bridge between the invisible and visible worlds is built with the materials of concentrated thought and elevated emotion. When you see this $750,000 with your inner eye, you're not fantasizing. You're perceiving a reality that already exists in completed form within the quantum field. Your sustained attention on this completed manifestation creates what scientists call coherence, a harmonized wave pattern that collapses quantum possibilities into definite outcomes. This is the hidden mechanism behind what appears to be miraculous manifestation. The breakthrough moment in your wealth journey occurs when you realize that seeing precedes physical manifestation. The architect sees the building in mind before the first brick is laid. The composer hears the symphony internally before writing a single note. Creation always flows from invisible to visible, from mental concept to material expression. In your mind's eye, see yourself checking your bank account and witnessing the $750,000 balance. Feel the emotions that surge through your body, the gratitude, the excitement, the profound sense of peace and security. Notice the weight lifting from your shoulders as financial pressure dissolves completely. Experience the freedom of choice this abundance provides, the ability to live without constraint, to help others, to pursue your deepest passions without limitation. If you're experiencing that vivid inner knowing, that clear internal vision of your completed manifestation, write "inner vision activated" in the comments below. Now let's address what may be the most crucial step in this entire process, the release of poverty consciousness. Today, I release all poverty consciousness. I dissolve all limiting beliefs about money and prosperity that have kept my good from flowing to me. Speak these words as a declaration of freedom from the mental barriers that have restricted your financial expansion for far too long. The paradigm shift happening right now is more significant than you realize. Old thoughts of lack and limitation have no power over you unless you continue to energize them with your attention and belief. Like shadows that vanish when light appears, these obsolete patterns dissolve in the radiance of your new awareness, making way for abundance to flow unimpeded. This is the true meaning of liberation, not freedom from external circumstances, but freedom from the internal constraints you've unknowingly placed upon yourself. The journey of consciousness evolution always involves letting go before receiving. Think of your mind as a cup. If it's already full of limiting beliefs about money, there's no room for new empowering perspectives to enter. This release creates the essential space for your $750,000 manifestation to occur without resistance or delay. Most people focus entirely on affirmations and visualization, while leaving their subconscious programming completely intact. This creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, an internal conflict between your conscious desires and subconscious beliefs that dramatically slows manifestation. The breakthrough occurs when you identify and release the specific limiting beliefs that have been creating your financial ceiling. Behind every financial breakthrough lies an identity transformation. You're not just changing your bank balance, you're upgrading your self-concept to align with prosperity consciousness. This internal revolution creates immediate ripple effects throughout your external circumstances. People who have mastered this process report that opportunities, resources, and synchronicities begin appearing almost immediately after this releasing step. When you change how you see yourself in relation to abundance, you literally alter the electromagnetic field surrounding your physical body. This energetic signature broadcasts to the universe exactly what you're available to receive. The decisive moment in your prosperity journey isn't when money appears in your account. It's this sacred moment of identity transformation when you release who you've been to become who you're meant to be. This metamorphosis isn't gradual. It's instantaneous, occurring the moment you make the internal decision to release limitation and claim abundance as your natural state. Just as a caterpillar doesn't gradually transform into a butterfly, your consciousness undergoes a complete reorganization when you fully embrace your prosperity identity without reservation or hesitation. If you can feel these old limitations dissolving as your new identity emerges, write "prosperity identity activated" in the comments below. Let me guide you now through a powerful energetic recalibration technique that will align your entire being, mind, emotion, body, and spirit with the vibrational frequency of completed manifestation. This alignment creates what quantum physicists call entanglement between your consciousness and the $750,000 you're calling forth. This energetic recalibration begins with a profound recognition that transforms your entire relationship with wealth. I understand that I am not asking for something impossible. I am simply accepting what is already mine by divine right. Let this truth sink deeply into your consciousness. You're not begging for a favor from the universe. You're not pleading for something beyond your reach. You're simply claiming what already belongs to you in the spiritual realm. This mindset revolution changes everything. Most people approach abundance from a consciousness of lack, constantly striving, chasing, and hoping for financial breakthroughs that seem perpetually out of reach. But the masters of manifestation understand a fundamental truth. You were born into a universe of infinite plenty. Abundance isn't something you need to create or attract. It's your birthright, already prepared and waiting for you to claim it through your conscious recognition. Think about the journey of self-discovery that brought you to this moment. Every challenge, every setback, every financial struggle has been preparation, not punishment. These experiences weren't meant to prove your unworthiness, but to prepare you for the responsibility of stewardship that comes with true prosperity. The $750,000 manifestation we're activating now is simply the universe's recognition of your readiness to receive. Now, deepen this awareness with this powerful declaration. As a divine expression of the infinite, I am meant to experience limitless prosperity, perfect supply, and continuous abundance. This isn't spiritual platitude, it's a statement of fundamental cosmic law. In the words of Florence Scovel Shinn, God is your supply, and that supply is unlimited. You are simply aligning with this spiritual truth that has always existed, waiting for your recognition. The transformation occurring within you right now operates at the quantum level. Your atoms and molecules are literally reorganizing their vibrational frequency to match the energy signature of completed manifestation. This isn't metaphorical, it's the practical application of quantum field theory to your personal prosperity. The electromagnetic field generated by your certainty creates a magnetic attraction that draws corresponding circumstances into your experience. Behind every significant wealth breakthrough lies a moment of divine recognition. That instant when you suddenly perceive yourself as you truly are, a legitimate heir to the infinite abundance of the universe. This perception shift isn't just psychological, it creates measurable changes in your brainwave patterns, hormonal balance, and even DNA expression. The latest research in epigenetics confirms that belief literally alters genetic expression. If you're feeling this quantum reorganization occurring within your consciousness right now, write "quantum alignment activated" in the comments below. Now, let me guide you through a powerful process for removing the final internal barriers that might be standing between you and the immediate receipt of your $750,000. These subtle resistance points often operate below conscious awareness, yet they can significantly delay manifestation. The technique I'm about to share creates what neuroscientists call coherent brain states, optimal conditions for rapid transformation. This process for removing internal barriers begins with a powerful declaration that establishes clear intent and divine coordination. I declare that $750,000 will manifest in my life with perfect ease, divine timing, and joyous synchronicity within these 15 minutes. Speak these words not as a wishful plea, but as a sovereign decree. You're not hoping for a future possibility. You're announcing a present reality that's unfolding with mathematical precision. Now amplify this decree with this powerful affirmation. All doors of opportunity swing wide open. All channels of supply flow freely. All divine connections activate now to bring this $750,000 to me. This comprehensive declaration creates what quantum physicists call a field effect, a ripple of causation that influences multiple systems simultaneously. You're not limiting the universe to a single channel, but inviting unlimited possibilities. This approach represents a paradigm breakthrough in manifestation science. There are countless ways for money to reach you, expected and unexpected, conventional and miraculous. The universe will always select the path of least resistance when you remove all mental obstacles and preconceived notions about how your good must come. This receptive stance creates what neuroscientists call open attention, a heightened state of awareness that notices opportunities invisible to the focused mind. Behind every extraordinary wealth breakthrough lies this hidden truth. The exact amount you seek often comes through channels you weren't even aware existed. The transformative journey from financial limitation to abundance requires this fundamental shift from micromanaging the how to surrendering to the infinite intelligence that orchestrates perfect outcomes. The angels of abundance are working on your behalf. The invisible helpers of the universe are arranging circumstances in your favor. This isn't metaphorical poetry. It's a recognition of the intelligent forces constantly operating behind the scenes of physical reality. These metaphysical allies are already coordinating perfect circumstances for your $750,000 manifestation. Ancient wisdom traditions across cultures have always recognized these benevolent forces, what some call angels, others name devas, guides, or divine intelligence. The label matters less than the recognition that you're never manifesting alone. As Florence Scovel Shinn brilliantly taught, infinite intelligence knows the way and will reveal it to you. This supreme intelligence sees pathways and possibilities invisible to your limited perception, orchestrating synchronicities that appear miraculous from your perspective. If you're sensing these invisible forces already at work in your field, write "divine orchestration activated" in the comments below. Now let me guide you through a powerful vibrational recalibration technique that specifically attunes your energy field to the frequency of completed manifestation. This technique has helped countless individuals collapse time frames from years to minutes in their manifestation journey. This vibrational recalibration begins with a powerful energetic practice that few understand, but the wealthy have always intuitively known. I charge every dollar that comes to me with the energy of infinite supply. I bless my bank accounts with the consciousness of ever-increasing abundance. This isn't metaphysical poetry. It's practical energy work. Money itself is a living frequency that responds directly to your thoughts, emotions, and intentions about it. The breakthrough insight transforming your relationship with wealth right now is understanding that money is not merely inert paper or digital numbers. It's a dynamic energy field that resonates with the consciousness you bring to it. When you consciously bless your finances with positive energy, you literally increase its magnetic power to attract more of itself. This awareness creates what quantum physicists call constructive interference. When aligned, wave patterns amplify each other's strength. Think about how most people relate to their finances, with anxiety, worry, and constant monitoring from a consciousness of potential loss. This fearful attention actually diminishes money's energetic potency. The wealthy elite have always understood that money thrives when treated with appreciation rather than desperation. This paradigm shift from scarcity to abundance thinking doesn't just change your psychology. It alters the actual electromagnetic field surrounding your financial affairs. Now anchor this understanding with this powerful declaration. I declare that my financial reserves are overflowing. My prosperity is expanding, and that money flows to me like a mighty river that never runs dry. The universe operates on the fundamental principle of circulation. Energy must flow to remain vital. As you expect more to flow in with unwavering certainty, you create the precise vibrational condition for that to occur. This expectation isn't wishful thinking. It's a powerful attractor field that universal intelligence responds to with mathematical precision. Now let's activate perhaps the most powerful catalyst for immediate manifestation: gratitude in advance. I give thanks that even as I speak these words, $750,000 is already in motion toward my experience. I feel the gratitude of already having received. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a precise energetic practice that transforms your entire relationship with manifestation. Gratitude in advance is the highest form of faith. When you genuinely feel thankful for something before seeing physical evidence, you create what quantum physicists call temporal entanglement, a phenomenon where future outcomes influence present conditions through non-linear causality. This advanced state of consciousness literally collapses time and brings your demonstration into the present moment, accelerating manifestation exponentially. If you're feeling this profound gratitude rising within you now for money that's already yours in the spiritual realm, write "gratitude activated" in the comments below. Now I want to guide you through a powerful integration technique that anchors this new prosperity consciousness at the cellular level. This process creates what biologists call neural consolidation, the permanent encoding of new patterns into your nervous system, making your abundance consciousness your new default setting rather than a temporary state. This integration technique centers on perhaps the most overlooked aspect of manifestation: your emotional state. I feel a deep sense of peace knowing that my financial needs are met abundantly. I feel the security of divine supply flowing without interruption. As you speak these words, allow yourself to genuinely experience these emotions, not as future possibilities, but as present realities. Feel this peace and security saturating every cell in your body. The revolutionary insight transforming your prosperity consciousness right now is understanding that your emotional state is the truest indicator of your manifestation progress. It's not your thoughts, your words, or even your actions that determine your manifestation velocity. It's the consistent feeling tone you maintain throughout the day. When you feel genuinely peaceful about money, you open the floodgates of prosperity that anxiety and worry had previously constricted. This represents a fundamental paradigm shift in manifestation science. Most people believe they'll feel peaceful once they see evidence of financial security. The masters of abundance reverse this sequence. They cultivate peace first, knowing it's the causal factor, not merely the result. This peaceful certainty creates what neuroscientists call a coherent brain state, the optimal condition for intuitive insights, inspired action, and synchronistic opportunities. Think about how this transforms your entire relationship with wealth creation. Instead of the exhausting cycle of worry, striving, and temporary relief, you establish peace as your baseline state, regardless of external conditions. This inner sanctuary becomes the fertile soil where your $750,000 manifestation takes root and flourishes with remarkable speed. Now, let's address perhaps the most significant transformation in your prosperity consciousness: the recognition of abundance's true purpose. The $750,000 I receive is not just for my benefit, but to bless others, to circulate more good, and to be a demonstration of divine abundance in action. This perspective shift changes everything about how you receive and relate to wealth. As Florence Scovel Shinn so brilliantly taught, the more you give, the more you receive. This isn't spiritual platitude. It's a reflection of the fundamental law of circulation that governs all energy, including financial energy. The purpose of prosperity is not accumulation, but circulation of good. When money flows through you, rather than merely to you, you become a living channel for abundance, rather than a stagnant reservoir. The journey to authentic abundance requires this fundamental identity shift from seeing yourself as a lone consumer of wealth to recognizing yourself as a divine conduit for universal good. This expanded identity creates what spiritual scientists call field amplification, a dramatic increase in your manifestation power through alignment with the universe's natural tendency toward expansion and blessing. If you're feeling this expanded sense of purpose for your prosperity right now, write "divine circulation activated" in the comments below. Now, I want to guide you through a powerful decree that establishes your new identity as a divine channel for unlimited supply. This declaration creates what consciousness researchers call sovereign alignment, perfect congruence between your individual purpose and universal intention. This powerful decree establishes your new identity with absolute clarity. I am the perfect channel for God's unlimited wealth. I am the fertile soil where prosperity takes root and flourishes. Feel the profound truth of these words resonating through your entire being. This isn't spiritual poetry. It's a recognition of your essential function in the cosmic economy. You are not creating abundance. You are allowing it to flow through you like a clear channel that carries water from its source to where it's needed. The revolutionary insight transforming your relationship with wealth right now is understanding your true role in the manifestation process. Most people exhaust themselves trying to generate prosperity through sheer force of will and endless action. The masters of abundance recognize a more efficient path, keeping the channel clear through right thinking and allowing universal intelligence to handle the how. This awareness creates what consciousness researchers call effortless receptivity, a state of relaxed allowing that ironically accelerates manifestation. Think about how fundamentally this shifts your approach to financial abundance. Instead of the exhausting push to make things happen, you focus on removing internal blockages and maintaining clarity of intention. Like a gardener who doesn't strain to make plants grow, but simply creates optimal conditions, you're creating the perfect environment for your $750,000 manifestation to materialize naturally and effortlessly. This perspective transformation leads to a profound realization about your broader purpose. I am living proof of divine opulence on earth. My life demonstrates that spiritual law works with mathematical precision when rightly applied. This isn't ego or arrogance. It's recognizing the inspirational impact your prosperity journey has on others. Your success becomes living evidence that encourages others to trust in the invisible supply that surrounds us all. Now, I want to guide you through the final activation phase of this $750,000 manifestation sequence, a powerful declaration that collapses all remaining time barriers between you and your immediate financial increase. This decree creates what quantum physicists call non-local causation effects that appear to violate conventional notions of time and space through quantum entanglement. This final activation phase begins with the most powerful element of manifestation, your sovereign command. And now I command with absolute authority, $750,000 appears in my financial experience within 15 minutes of completing this code. Speak these words not as a hopeful wish, but as an absolute decree that sets universal forces into immediate motion. Feel the authority resonating in your voice as you Make this declaration. If you can feel this powerful sovereign command vibrating through your entire being right now, write "Command Authority Activated" in the comments below. As we come to the close of this sacred activation, I want to acknowledge the profound energetic shift that's occurring within you right now. The 15-minute window has opened, and the universal forces are already orchestrating the perfect circumstances for your $750,000 manifestation. What you've experienced today isn't just information. It's a vibrational recalibration that continues working in your consciousness long after our time together ends. If this message resonated with your soul, if you felt that unmistakable inner recognition that transcends mere intellectual understanding, I'd love for you to join our community of conscious creators. Click that subscribe button to stay connected with these activation codes and spiritual technologies. Each video builds upon the last, creating an ascending spiral of prosperity consciousness that elevates your manifestation power exponentially. The energy exchange of leaving a like on this video helps amplify the manifestation field we've created together. It's a simple yet powerful way to strengthen the energetic bridge between potential and manifestation, not just for yourself, but for everyone who encounters this message. If this divine appointment was truly meant for you, write "Divine timing brought me here" in the comments below. Your declaration creates a confirmation field that anchors your manifestation in the physical realm while inspiring others on their abundance journey. The $750,000 code we've activated today is just the beginning of what's possible when you align with universal law. There's a video right here that reveals the next step in this prosperity sequence, a powerful technique for maintaining this elevated consciousness permanently rather than temporarily. Click and continue with me over there as we deepen this transformation together. The universe has brought you this far. Trust that same divine guidance to lead you to the next revelation awaiting your discovery.